Hello, hello, hello. Hi, everybody. Welcome in, welcome in. Hello, hello. I'm back. First things first, my name is Flax Bailey. I am your amicable animated scarecrow, and I'm back from vacation. Yeah, I got back late this weekend, and oh my gosh, I was so tired. It was, well, I say vacation, but it was kind of a work thing. And by work thing, I mean I was doing more than just, relaxing. It was a trip with a purpose, to say the least. But I'm here, I'm back, and I'm so excited to be back. Oh my gosh. I can't really talk a lot about, what I did there, because it's a lot of personal stuff more than anything. But I'm so excited to be back because things are in the works. Things are, we got some fun things planned for the future. And I know I just got back, but I also will have to say that as a result of this trip, I'm very likely going to be having to take a small hiatus. Starting in I would say starting in late May, or in May in general. I'll have more concrete details about that later, and I'll go over it again towards the end of the stream. But yeah, I'm gonna be taking a very small hiatus to deal with some real life stuff. Gotta get some stuff situated. More traveling ahead, so that's gonna be fun. But anyway, I'm just glad to be home and relaxing for a little bit, because it was a very busy trip. Let's see. I had some ideas of what I wanted to draw today that were a little on the sillier side. I thought at first I would show y'all some pictures from my trip, because I did get to at least do a little bit of sightseeing. But then I realized it would be kind of doxing in a way. And the only photos that weren't kind of doxing were were food pictures. So I thought, why don't I just try to redraw what I ate on the trip? Because I did eat some good food. I did eat some good food. Give me 1 second here. Let me see if I can't pull up my photos for reference. Oh man, I thought I had more food photos. Okay, well, we'll deal with it as we deal with it. Oh wait, hold on a second. I gotta X that out. There we go. Yeah, so yeah, I have two main photos. They're both from the same day. From when I went to this, was it a Vietnamese? Yeah, it was a Vietnamese place. It was really good. And I now have a new love for the banh mi sandwich, as you can see here. Yeah, here's the thing. When I go on trips or vacations, I'm not really interested in, like, architecture or going shopping. Most of the times I'm interested in the food, and pretty much just the food. But yeah, this was one of the last things I had on the trip. It was banh mi. It was really good. It was chicken. I know it doesn't look like chicken, but it is chicken. And it was, oh my God, it was so good. It was so good. And I was so sad because I couldn't eat it all. So I tried to take some home to my hotel with me, but I still wasn't hungry enough to eat it all in the morning. So I had to throw out like a quarter of the sandwich that was left, and I was excited to eat it in the morning, and then when morning came, I was like, oh no, I'm not hungry. But anyway, so yeah, like I said, the main purpose of this stream is gonna be more just like yapping about my trip, but also just doing a little, where can I put this? I'm probably right there. Doing a little, art study in a way. Because I don't really have a lot of experience drawing food, but I do like food. So I figured I might as well, you know, give it a shot. So, oh, hi Barn Cat. Oh yeah, Barn Cat missed me, but not that much apparently. Hey Barn, come here, sit on my lap. Either sit on my lap or go away. Those are your options. Let's see, that's gonna be draft. Alrighty. Oh, hold on, let me get playlist info. There we go. Hopefully that's legible. Yep, it's a stream cafe. There we go. All right. I also fiddled with some settings in VTube Studio since they had that update. I didn't fiddle with any of the newer stuff, but I figured I might as well try to, you know, make myself a little bit more fluid, a little bit more, you know, loosey-goosey. So, yeah. Alrighty. Let me see. Ugh. You know, I like my hair, even though it is pretty, or my hay, I guess. My hay hair. It's pretty messy, but and I like the messy look, but man, does it get in my eyes sometimes. Alright. Barn Cat, you can't, you're actively getting in the way here. Okay. Alright, fine, be that way. Alright, I got lots of browns up here, so let me go ahead and do this. Just sort of like sketch out a shape of the bread, so it's actually, what if I, oop, not what I wanted to do. How do I want to do this? Oh wait, that could work, Boop. Oh, not what I wanted, wrong thing. There we go. Let's see, what else can I mention about the trip? I really can't really talk so much about the trip. Just like I said, it was a lot of personal stuff that I was doing. Yeah, let's get that out of here. I don't really need this anymore. No, I don't need you. I don't need you. Yes, apply transformation. Get you out of here. Get you out of here. All right, there we go. I guess I could talk a little bit on the, about, like, you know, stuff I did on the plane there, because I did have to take a plane for it. But one of the things I have been trying to learn more about is rigging, because and this is not really going to be any sort of spoiler or anything, but I eventually do want to, you know, redo my model in a way. Not that I hate my model, but I do know more things now, and especially since getting more into let's see, what do I want? Getting more into Clip Studio, I can do a lot more things. So I want my model to reflect that. I want my model to reflect that, you know, I'm growing as an artist, which I can comfortably say I am. Okay. Let's get the sandwich going. All right, so it's like, oh my gosh. This was actually my first time having a banh mi sandwich, and it was so good. It was so good. I have been missing out. Man. Who's gonna let me know banh mi's were this good? Let's see. Oh, wrong thing. Just to, like, block out some color. Let's see. You know, I probably could just trace over this image and do it that way, but yeah, actually that might be the smarter way to do things. All right. Oh, did not mean hit shift there. Oh, right, on the plane. So one of the things I tried to do was watch a tutorial on how to rig things. And I did learn some things, but the main thing I learned was that it is really, really tricky to try to teach yourself something on a plane. I don't know if anybody else has ever had this experience, but I get like overly ambitious about what I will do on a trip or what I will do on a plane ride. Actually, hold on a second. Let me adjust something real quick. Let's see. Hold on, I gotta recalibrate. There we go. Okay, sorry. I was like, why is my model doing what it is? Let me just make myself a wee bit bigger. Wee. Oh wait. Whoop. There we go. Okay. Yeah, one of the things I realized is that it is much easier to say you're gonna do something on a plane and then promptly never do it. It's unfortunate how easy it is to not do stuff on a plane, if that makes sense. Let's see. So we got some like cilantro. Oh my gosh, there was so much cilantro on the sandwich. I know it doesn't look like it, but believe me when I say there was a lot of cilantro. It had a lot of cucumber, it had a lot of cilantro, a lot of veggies. I think I'm eating a lot more vegetables than I used to, which, you know, makes me sound like a picky eater, but and I kind of was back in the day. But I've gotten a lot better about it. And then I'll just wait. And there we go. But yeah, this banh mi, oh my god, it was so good. It was so good. Let's get the paper going for that, and that'll be up top. So let's label this as paper. Bread. Cilantro. I apologize in advance if this is going to be kind of a boring, deal for just drawing a sandwich for a stream, but yeah, I'm down for more chill days because I'll be real, my brain was so fried after the trip. I was like, I don't know how to do anything anymore. So I'm really happy for the more calm. What do I want to do here? More calm days ahead, because leading up to this trip, oof. That's all I'll say is oof. Let's do. I was running around so many different places this trip. Hold on, let me check something about this playlist. Oh, it's the same music. Okay. Give me 1 second. I thought this would be a playlist that like cycles through stuff. How about we switch over to this other one? Give me 1 second. Okay. There we go. Alrighty. Woo. Let's see. Oh, another thing that happened during my trip. So this was my first time flying in a really long time. I don't travel a lot in general, and I especially don't fly a lot. But for this one, I had to fly. And on the way there, I didn't encounter any like serious delays. On the way back, however, different story. I was in a security line for the better part of half an hour, and compared to my trip there, which I was barely in line for like, what, 10 minutes maybe? This was such a... And it wasn't even like a, it wasn't even like a, it's a long line, but it's moving. It was a long stationary line that did nothing. And then right as I'm about to get to my actual, like, where they actually start checking in folks for the, like, security line, like, here, hold on, let me illustrate real quick. So for whatever reason, the way this place was set up, there was, you know, this long snaking line, where it's just a bunch of people. So like, everybody's waiting there. Everybody's got their luggage. Everybody's like trying to get to this, like, trying to get to like these numbered lines to get to security. So I'm here, and right as I'm about to hold on. Right as I'm about to get to one of these lines over here, right? Right as I'm about to get to that, this asshole comes plowing through with his luggage. Really tall guy, like easily like a whole head or two taller than me. Comes through with his luggage. It was an old man in a hat, I think. He plows through, cuts in front of me, which, by the way, it's a single file line. So he had to cut in front of me in order to get in front. Cuts in front of me and goes into the line in front of me. And afterwards, I literally shouted, "Excuse me, hi." And he he actually, like, hold on, let's see if I can do this. If I can actually make this do what I want it to. He looks at me and then goes straight back into line to do his little shit. Like, I was so flabbergasted by his audacity that I was like, huh, okay, that's what the kind of day it's gonna be. So, but I eventually was able to get to my plane, and I had a lot of time to wait anyways. So, actually, it was a little afterwards that I, you know, tweeted out the whole like, hey, if anybody has any recommendations for, you know, karaoke songs for JP karaoke songs, because those often don't get flagged by copyright as much as English ones do. Or at least, you know, stuff like Vocaloid or anything like that. Because I eventually want to do a karaoke in April. Mostly because I felt really bad about how my previous karaoke went, and now, because if memory serves, I am approaching I'm approaching a good number of followers here on Twitch. Oh, hold on, let me mute the tab so I don't. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I'm nearly at 40 followers here on Twitch, which is pretty big. That's a lot of people. I know everybody was like, oh, but that's not 100. It's not this much. Have you seen 40 people in a room? That's a lot of people. That's a lot of people. So I wanted to celebrate that. Even though it's like, you know, it's a small milestone for some, it was a big milestone for me. Oh shoot, I did that. Okay. Let's see. Transfer. That's what I want to do. All right. Let's do. What? Oh no. I do this every time. I don't know if there's a way to lock these, like, I don't know if there's a way to lock the actual panels in place, but I wish I could. Because that's the thing that's been annoying me the most about Clip Studio, is that I can't lock the layers necessarily, or I can't lock the palette as much. Let's start with this lighter color. Let's go with something like that. Yeah, my goal with this like quote unquote art study is not necessarily to, you know, make a perfect one-to-one, but more just like make a just kind of study more like lighting and, you know, different techniques for different things. Yeah. Because one of my favorite genres of art is drawn food that looks really, really good. I love when people draw food because it always looks so good. What am I doing? I could just fill it in. Hold on. I'm being silly. There we go. Okay. And then pen. Just to connect the lines there. But I hope everybody's been having a nice chill time this past week. I was, as I mentioned, I was kind of all over the place during this trip. I was doing a lot of different things all at once, so it was sometimes a little hard for me to keep in touch with, you know, with socials and all that. But welcome back, Silly. Hi, it's good to be back. Good to see ya. I just got started on some sandwich art. I was mentioning before that I originally wanted to show off some pictures from my trip, but I realized some of them were kind of doxy-ish in the sense of like they would reveal where I went, and I kind of want to keep that a little private. So my only real option was to draw the food that I ate. I guess I can mention I went to a zoo while I was there. While I was at location. I went to a zoo and it was really fun, but I realized also while I was there that there's a good bit about zoos that are a lot more, how do I say this? They very much think only kids go to zoos, I think. is a safe thing to say. These days, I think it's assumed only kids go to zoos, which is a little sad, because I do enjoy the zoo. I really do enjoy the zoo a lot. And I enjoyed this zoo that I went to, but it was very much like very kid-ish, which was kind of disappointing. And by that I mean, if you weren't a kid, it was really hard to get excited about a lot, because how do I put this? A lot of the attractions were geared towards children reading it. So even though there was like they would be like, oh, this is Gary, our emu. He loves to dance. He loves this. I'm like, okay, that's great. I want to learn more about emus though. Tell me more about emus. Give me a small history lesson on emus. So that was a slight disappointment, but it was still nice to go. And the weather was pretty nice too. So I was worried I was gonna get like sunburnt, because it was actually getting really sunny at one point. Hold on, let me see. Let's see how this looks real quick. Okay. This looks kind of silly at first, but just trust me on this. I have an idea of what I want to do for this little art study. Then a little bit lighter for this part. But otherwise, okay. So yeah, this, and in case you missed it, this is the sandwich that that I had. The Lord, tell me the Lord. Yeah, give me emu lore, damn it. But yeah, this is the banh mi sandwich that I had on my last day at location. It was really good. It was also my first time having a banh mi, and it was amazing. Oh my gosh, I have a new favorite sandwich. I genuinely have a new favorite sandwich. It doesn't look like it, but it is chicken. It is chicken. There was a beef, there was tripe, there was pork. But I figured if I was going on a plane, I wouldn't want something that's like too new to my palate. So I just went with something that I was like, oh, this looks like it could be nice. So, okay, let's do a little bit lightning here. All right, and the idea is that I'll start blending here. Where's my blending? Texture blend. Oh, okay, that works, I think. Whee! I'll go in and add more, I'll fix up the colors in a little bit, but I just want to get like some generic shapes down for the sandwich. Oh, I almost forgot another thing for my trip. So, Jersey Mike's in shambles. I don't think I've actually ever had Jersey Mike's now that I think about it. Have I? No, I don't think I have. I know there's some nearby. I just never had an interest in going to get some. I have a silly philosophy about food, and it is that I generally don't buy a lot of food that I figure I can make myself. Which is not to say that like I'm the best, you know, cook in the world, but I do pride myself on my ability to like make good food. So when it comes to like eating out, it always was for me, like, you know, it was always a special occasion to be able to eat out. So when I want to eat out, I want to make sure it's, you know, food that I, you know, if I'm going to be eating out, it's not going to be food that I can easily just make myself at home, because otherwise, what's the point? Like, why bother if I can just easily make it at home myself? So, but for this one, banh mi, I've never made banh mi before, so I didn't know what it was going to be like, and it was really, really good. It was really good. Wait, what was I saying? Okay. I think we're getting there for the sandwich. Let's see, hold on. I need to rough up the interior a little bit more. If you're wondering why I have two different pastels, I was doing a little bit of art yesterday to kind of, oh, wrong layer. I was doing a little bit of art on some personal stuff yesterday, and I was like tired of going back and forth between like the different kinds of pastel like brushes, so I just made two for what I needed. But I don't think the pastel is actually what I need either. What do I want to do to get that like craggy texture? Maybe this will work? Yeah, okay, that's what I needed. Sorta, maybe? Kinda, sorta, maybe a little bit-ish. Kind of. This music kind of reminds me of Wii or of Me music, like the Me shopping channel or whatever have you. Kind of reminds me of that, which makes me think of Tomodachi Life. And I want to play it. I'm holding back on actually playing the demo. I don't want to play the demo as much fun as it looks like. I don't want to play the demo. I just want to jump straight into the real thing. I'm gonna be a little hater here for a second, but I don't like playing demos because they make me too excited to play the real thing. And it just turns into like, man, I want to play the real thing now, and I get sad that I can't play the real game. So, I just kind of I stopped playing demos because of that. Yeah, okay. I think that's looking like sandwich bread, I think. Kinda. And you still need to make this like craggy interior look. Oh, well, that actually roughed it up a little bit. Okay. And I think what I'll do is I'll go in with more tannish color here to kind of like highlight the outside a little bit more. Because this is just the blending brush, I think. It's not quite what I want. I say as I continue to try to make it what I want. Oh, nope, too orange. Ah, okay, this I think is getting more to be the color. Let's make it a bit more orange though. Yeah, that's more like it. That's more the color I needed. That's more the color. Oh, but one of the other things that I got at the Vietnamese place that I have actually had before and I made it, but it didn't turn out that well, was a chicken satay. And oh my gosh. It was so good. It was so good, but it was... I want to be able to make it because it seems simple enough, but I know it's not. I know it's not that easy because if it was that easy, then everybody would make it. Yada, yada, yada. But it was so good. All right. Oh, we were just listening to this. Hold on. Let me skip through this song. Over to here. Peanut sauce is so good. Yes. Oh my gosh. You just gotta have the right ingredients. Yeah, and I have been lucky to have lived near a few Asian marketplaces. The problem is that they also tend to be kind of expensive, which is ugh. Me wallet. Owie, owie, ouch, 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 my wallet. But it's also worth it because I know I get my money's worth on it. I don't know. It's a double-edged sword either way. Okay, I think this is looking bread enough. I think. I still want to rough up this interior. What if I did a funky little layer? I'm gonna spend so much time on this freaking bread. I have a whole other photo I was gonna draw on top of, but I'm starting to realize I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get to it. No, maybe it's... Ooh, that might be a good texture. Let's see, thickness. Ooh, wait, yes. This is more kind of what I was going for. Change color tip, density of paint, amount of paint. It's kind of what I was going for. Let's see. Oop, not quite. Density, let's turn that density way down. I think we're getting there. I think it's getting there enough. Let me turn that down though. There we go. Okay, I think I'm okay with this texture. Because there's also going to be other stuff inside. I have to remind myself. There's going to be other stuff inside. Whee! Did you fly out for the trip? Yeah, I had to fly out for the trip. It was too far for me to just drive there. The TSA, oh my gosh. I have a story from TSA. Nothing like horrific. It was just the line was something. It's I don't want to talk too much about it, but suffice to say it was a lot. It was a lot. Let me try. Oh, that's a thin brush. Wrong thing. What is? What do I want? Oh yeah, so just to do a quick little recap on my TSA experience. Flying in, I didn't have that much of a wait, weirdly enough. But going back coming back home, and I did this earlier, but just to recap. So where I was flying from, there was let's see. And that's a little hard to see. Hold on. There was like these numbered gates. Well, there was these numbered gates, like 1, 2, 3, 4, for like everybody to start. This is the actual security part, right? To get to there, however, I had to go through this line that snaked all the way back and forth, back and forth, back and forth so many different times. Like, this is where we started, and I waited in this line that was no less than like 30 minutes or so. And it was, oh, hold on, I'm in the way. There we go. Let me see. So here's me, right? I'm going through my line with my luggage. And there we go. So it takes me 30 minutes to go all the way here, snaking through. I'm bored out of my mind the entire time because the line is so slow, but it's also shuffling along at just enough of a pace to where I can't quite pull out my phone to, you know, do some scrolling and stuff like that. I finally get here. I finally get here to my gate, and I'm so excited, or to the security line. This is just the line to get to the security. And then comes in Mr. Asshole. Dude was like super tall. It's an old man in a hat. And like, he comes in with his own luggage, or his own backpack and luggage. And some people are just so rude. By the way, he was behind me the entire time. And right as I'm figuring out if I need to go to security 1, security 2, and I'm about to turn to the person directing traffic in that section. And right as I'm about to start like moving forward, right as I'm about to start moving forward, right as I'm about to start moving along my merry little way, you get Mr. Asshole coming over here. Get out of here. Mr. Asshole coming over here, cutting in front of me, going into line ahead of me, just as I get told, hey, you're going to line 1. He cuts in front of me, and I'm like, excuse me, hello, hi. And I literally call out to him because, like, you know, I'm getting to the point where I just call people out on their bullshit if I see it. I go, hey, excuse me, you cut in front of me. He, no joke, he turns to look at me, like actually turns himself around to look. Like, fully, like, spins his head to look at me, spins his head back, and just goes on through. And I'm like, what the hell is wrong with people? What the hell is wrong with people? Like, I don't get that rudeness. I don't get why people are ever that rude and just insufferable. I'm like, we were all going to the same place too. Like, maybe to different lines in security, but hey, actually, that doesn't look half bad. That doesn't look half bad. Okay. I'm gonna add a few more details on the bread, and then I think I'm gonna move on to something else. But it was so frustrating. And I eventually got over it, but it was still one of those like moments of like, man, what is wrong with people? Let me at least add this little detail that I noticed, this little crack. Because bread has all these little cracks that are really hard to replicate necessarily in art. Or at least I've never been able to reliably replicate the cracks that I see in bread, even though it's like my favorite thing to see. Gosh, is that what I want to do? No, that made it a little too smooth. Well, actually, I did like that smoothness it did apply. So anyway, that was my experience with TSA. The actual TSA agents were actually really cool and really chill. But oh my gosh, people are self-entitled. Yeah, I don't get it. Not because I'm like, you know, I'm such a good person, you know. It's more of just I don't get it because we were all headed to the same sort of like location. We were all headed in the same line more or less. So I don't get like why they had to like push through. Blech. All right. Okay. I need to stop messing with this. I'm going to do a little bit more of a blend and then I'm going to force myself to be done. I say for the 15th time. Just want to get the right vibe down, you know? Okay. That's gonna be my bread. I'm gonna add some more little details eventually, I guess. Oop, get out of here, little fly. Okay. Moving on to cilantro, which... I should block out the other parts of the sandwich before I move on to anything else. Okay. This will be the... What is the next biggest chunk of items? I guess I could do the daikon. Yeah, let's do the daikon. Okay. I'm gonna do like an off-white color, just so I can see what I'm doing more. Not bad. I'm in New York and deal with entitled assholes all the time. Ugh. Yeah, I feel like they're gonna be everywhere no matter where you go, but oof. Okay, hold on a second. Alright, let me make sure I label. Daikon. The daikon, I will admit, I wasn't crazy about, but I just don't like daikon normally. Let me put that behind the... I've tried to like daikon a bunch of times. There was a point where I was trying to eat a lot more vegetables, and it kind of worked at some points, but... Alright, let me just do some basic shape here. Yeah, I've tried to, I try to like daikon, and I try to cook it a bunch of different ways, and just, But it was literally the only thing I didn't care for, and even then, it was still really good the way they prepared it. Let's move the cilantro out of the way so I can see what I'm doing better. Everything's connected. Okay. Ooh, what'd I do? Oh, wrong thing. Not what I wanted. Ah! Sorry, I'm just gonna do that. Oh, that's why it's not connected down there. Okay. I'm a doofus. I'm a doofus. There we go. Did that fill fully? There we go. Okay, yeah, that did it. I can't. Yeah. I don't know what it is. Like, I've had it pickled and it's okay. And I don't think I've ever eaten it raw, but to me it has this funk to it that I'm just not crazy about. You know what? Let's put the daikon and the carrots on the same thing. This will be for the carrots. Alrighty. Honestly, though, I think I would try to. I do want to try to make. I do want to try to make a banh mi at some point, because I mean, aside from making the bread, I like making bread, but banh mi's are like kind of tricky to. The bread I feel like is a little tricky to replicate if you don't have like a professional like oven for that. I mean, maybe it's not as hard as I'm making it out to be, but in the past, I've not had great success with making like soft baguette-ish like or baguette-like breads in like personal ovens, or I guess word's not commercial. It is, what is the word I'm looking for? Maybe it is commercial. No, but commercial means, I don't know. Point is, sometimes like home ovens are a little finicky and annoying, while professional ovens can be a little bit more precise. So, give and take. Do you like pickled foods? I like some pickled foods. I do like pickled carrots. I like just regular pickles on sandwiches. I'm not gonna go out and eat like a whole cucumber or a whole pickle just straight from the jar, I don't think. But I like them on sandwiches. Oh, actually, you know what? What are they called? Pickled banana peppers. Those are good. And pickled jalapenos as well. So I guess I do like some pickled foods. I still am very like, they always feel very situational when I enjoy them. But let me specify this. This is gonna be daikon and carrots. There we go. Okay, how do I want to texture these? Because I gotta add a little sheen to them. I gotta make them more distinct in there. Okay, hold on a second. Yeah, what I'll do is I'll do a multiplying line, so. Okay, that's what I did. Here we go. Hope y'all are prepared for hours of just drawing carrots and daikon. This is the content y'all signed up for. You didn't sign up for anything, I just realized. It's not like I have subscriptions or anything. Which I'm still... I've been going back and forth about whether or not I actually do want to do a... I want to go ahead and do that whole affiliate thing, and I'm still debating on it. I still don't feel like I offer enough for me to like mentally justify doing it, I guess, is the best way to put it. And I kind of like how chill things are without the pressure of like, oh, people might pay money to come see this, you know? reacts to strongly to pickled stuff. Yeah, some people get really, really like, oh, it's so gross, it's so sour, but I like sour foods. I'm not gonna like chase after sour, but I like them. And it's especially helpful when you have like spicy and sweet stuff. They kind of balance out one another. So yeah. Dagon D's. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it, man. Don't do it. You're better than this. All right. Oh, wrong layer. Let's go ahead and just do that. It's gonna look a little funky, but it's gonna get hidden up by this launcher anyways, so. Oh, I should probably make this a slightly different color. Maybe more of that grayish tone. I need it to be slightly different. No, not quite. Let's try the gouache. Gouache. I have no idea how to pronounce that. Gouache blender. Let's do the dry. Ooh, oh, I almost forgot. So on one of the days where I went to breakfast, I had a at the breakfast place I went to, rather than showing like, you know, the games that were on, rather than showing like football games or basketball games, they had a a Bob Ross tutorial going on, and I think I ended up staying there like a whole half hour longer just to watch this Bob Ross tutorial because it was really, really cool. Like I don't think I've ever fallen along with a Bob Ross tutorial now that I think about it, but part of me wonders if it would be something cool to try one day, of just like doing a stream where I follow along with a Bob Ross tutorial as best as I could. But then I realized it's one of those things that might be better to do like as an in-person thing, or something that works a little bit better as an in-person medium. And I don't know. Something I'm thinking of, but not thinking of it too hardly. Too much, that's the word. This looks like a hot mess, I know, but I'm hoping it'll look a little bit better at some point. And if I keep telling myself that, it'll come true. I think. If I just believe in myself hard enough, I can make this into something. Okay, it's actually not that bad. Let's go ahead and actually turn that to normal. What if I start adding some sheen rather than trying to do that? Hand cam paint streams are neat. Yeah, here's the problem about hand cams for me though. I got mitts. That's gonna make it really tricky to do anything. You know, I don't got fingers. I don't got articulated fingers. I can't do it. I can't do it. It's gonna be a messy, very uncomfortable hand cam, just in general, because, you know, it's really hard to get delicate work when you have, you know, just borrow somebody else's hands. Ah, yes, let me reach into my bin of hands I have at the ready at any given point. No, but on top of the having no hands thing, the problem is that I also just, you know, webcam stuff is expensive and I don't have the space for it currently. Take up the old sickle, it'll be temporary. Yeah, it'll be a temporary thing, and then my channel will be temporary, and then I will be temporary as I'm taken into custody. For legal reasons. Whoever may be watching, this is a joke. I do not take hands. No, it's a nice thought, but I don't know if I'm ready to, like, completely join in on doing, like, actual hand cams. I don't know. I don't know if I can make it interesting either, is the other thing. Wait, why is this not showing up? Do I need to do a thick paint? Oh, what if I did like a little glow? Oh, that's bright. Oh, that's bright. But it might be what I need. And then a good old gouache blend. Oh, that's a little bright, but it might be closer to what I need. Is this turning into anything yet? I feel like I'm just kind of throwing bullshit at a screen and hoping it works. Oh, well, actually, that helped a little bit. Maybe. I don't know. It's kind of like what you're doing now, but with also try acrylic paint instead of oil. Oh. But doesn't acrylic take a long time to dry? Or is that oil paint that takes a long time to dry? I've never known the distinction between the two. I have friends that paint a lot more than I do, but oils are the ones. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I've never been too good when it comes to stuff like that. But I don't know. Again, it's one of those, like, the medium can be a little bit daunting to try and jump into. Oh, what if I did a little, not spray. Oh, that might actually help a little bit. Why is that helping a little bit? Why is that weirdly helping? Maybe not. Maybe not as much. How about multiply? Maybe not that. Ah. Man, why is art hard? I'm banning art from now on. Art is banned. Nobody's allowed to make art anymore. I hate it. The worst thing ever. Who decided art is a good idea? Terrible, terrible. Hold on a second. Let me erase, because I just noticed. Okay. I think that's as good as I'm gonna get those carrots and stuff. Let's pull up the references, see how well it is. Okay, actually not that bad. not that bad. Hey, I take it back what I said about art. Oil paints take days to dry. Oh God. How do people handle that? How do people just handle like waiting for days to be able to finish something? I don't have that kind of patience when it comes to art. The reason I draw fast is because I want to get it out of my head as soon as possible. Which is not a great attitude to have when it comes to art, but you know, sometimes you're just like, you just want to get the thing out of your head. I hope that makes sense. Let me pull a darker color. There we go. Okay, there we go. There we go. All right, now I think I can move on to the cilantro. I'm gonna leave those carrots in as is because I also have to do then the Oh, this was the other photo from my little trip. This was the chicken satay that I had, and oh my God, it was so good. It was so good. Another thing that I was really, really sad I couldn't finish fully because I had I was at a table with a few other folks. So this was just one of the things we ordered. But I got myself the full sandwich, which was like it's not shown there, but it was like a full let's see. Where is it? It is like a full-on sandwich. It's a close-up shot, but it's like it's a big boy. It's a big boy. Ooh, whoops. Close-up program. But the other thing we had was a chicken satay. And this sauce, oh my gosh, this sauce right here, this one right here, so good. It was like a slightly curry flavor. It was really tasty. Ah, man, food is awesome. Okay, sue me. Okay. What do I want to do next? I guess I could do the cilantro. Oh, wait, no. I gotta block out the chicken. I gotta block out the chicken on the... Chicken. Let me check my playlist. Okay, still got a little bit more. Whee! There we go. Scrandle on stream when... Scrandle is the one where you have to guess the food, right? You have to guess, like, where the food is from. Because, I mean, I could try a little bit of that. Hold on. Let's see. Scrandle. Oh, yeah. It's the food comparisons. You know what? Let's take a small break from the art and just do that. For a second. Because I want to see how good it is. Hold on a second. Let me pull this up in its own window. Only show on new tab. Okay. I think I got it set up right. Food opinions are always fun. Yeah. All right. Let me see. Property. Okay. I think I got it. Actually, give me 1 second. Okay. Yeah, we're good. All right. And whoop, there we are. This isn't gonna like dox me or anything, right? Probably not. Okay. Oh, this is Scrandle 2. Okay. All right. So I guess I would just do the daily. View exotic, delicious sporting foods from around the world. Guess which is superior as educated by the foodie scran followers and your peers. Oh, okay, okay. All right, let's see. Let's see what we got here. Chicken balti pie on a roll versus shish kebab. I'm sorry, shish kebab wins any day of the week. It wins any day of the week because this is just carbs. This is just carbs on carbs, and that would be good, but also it doesn't look that great. I'm doing the shish kebab. Why are all the foods from England involving peas? What is with England and peas? Also, sorry if I cut off the viewing thing from here. I did that more because I don't want it like showing my what's it called? My bookmarks bar and all that stuff, and just in case it has some doxing stuff. So it's sorry for the view, but oh, whoops. Let me at least move myself down a little bit so you can see a bit better. There we go. Okay, there we are. Let's see. A hot dog with self-serve toppings or pie, peas, and gravy. Now, this, I'm hoping to good heavens that this is a chicken pie at the very least. Because if that's an apple pie, I'm gonna be so sad. And also, it is swimming in gravy. That is... no. Free with a Norwegian cruise. If it's... oh, it's cruise food. It doesn't look that good. I'm gonna be completely honest. It does not look that good. That looks like chicken salad and mushy peas on top of a hot dog. But it's the fact that you're on a cruise that might make people think it's better. It's not, but it might make people think it's better. I think my gut, though, I'm gonna say this looks better because this looks sad. Really? Oh no, that makes me... what is with all the British food options? Why is it always British? Okay. Chicken curry pie, that looks good. And chips and curry sauce. It's the same curry, but... this looks kind of plain in a comparison. This looks like it at least has some substance to it. I'm gonna go with the chicken curry pie. Really? Oh, this makes me sad. Scran is a British term for cheap... oh, I see. All right, hold on. Let me move this, let me move this, like, right here for you. Just for the time being. All right, what do we got here? Chicken curry and chips. Okay, that doesn't look terrible. And a foot-long hot dog. I've had these kind of stadium dogs before, and they're really not that good, in my opinion. I don't really care much for hot dogs. But this also doesn't look stellar. So I'm torn. I'm really torn. But this one's also cheaper, so I'm gonna go with the chicken and curry. Oh, thank God. None of this food looks great. I'm gonna be real. Ooh, never mind. Samosa. I'm sorry, but samosa wins any day of the week. What? What is wrong with people? Samosas are so much better than whatever that was. I'm sorry. You have the wrong opinion, but samosas are objectively the better food. What? What? What is wrong with people? What is wrong with people? Roast potatoes with beef brisket and gravy or chicken panini. What? I'm sorry? Grease? Grease, what is this? Grease? What are you doing? Where's the chicken? Why is it blurry? Is that American cheese? What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? I'm sorry. Photography-wise, this one is better, so I'm assuming people are gonna say this one is better. Oh, thank fucking God. Ugh. What? What on earth? This looks like something you dug out of the trash 5 weeks ago. A sausage roll? Is this what people say when they're like, oh, I'm getting a sausage roll from Greg's? I can hear your blood pressure rising. Oh God, maybe this is why I don't do these games, because I have very, very strong opinions on food. Oh my, yeah, no, those chicken loaded fries look much better. What is going on here? What are we doing? England, get it together. Oh, 11% said that looks better. That's the more than the 92% that agreed with me. The 11% that didn't worry me even more. We can malt together. The breakfast stack from England. This looks like something you would find in an American diner, though. So, versus pizza and beer. I'm gonna say this looks better, but I want to also analyze what all is on this. So it looks like, you know, brioche bun, egg over easy, or over hard. I'm assuming that is not chicken. It's gonna be battered fish, I think. And then you have just a litany of sausage meats, some kind of cheddar cheese, and then a sausage patty of sorts. I don't know, but this is not food you eat at a stadium. This is food you eat when you are blasted drunk or recovering from being blasted drunk. Oh no, these numbers are making me sad. What? No. No. No to both of you, but no. Ugh, give me a minute. Give me a minute. Oh God. Sorry, I had to put my head in my hands for a second, and it probably messed with my tracking, but neither of these are good. What did you do? That's not a hot dog, that's a hot wrong. Oh God. It's the most upsetting part about this whole thing is the fact that it's not covered from end to end. It's just in this little center. So you have a solid, what that looks like, two-ish inches of hot dog that is just woefully underdressed and sticking, and at least an inch that's just sticking out the bun. So you don't even get the bun for flavor. So that hot dog better be damn good. Like, hold on, let's see if I can pull it aside. Yeah, like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Hot mess versus hot fiasco. Both are terrible. Both are absolutely terrible. Actually, hold on. I just realized maybe I could shrink this down a bit more. It's not. Oh, nope. The tab's not letting me shrink down. I want to shrink down the tab a little bit. Oop. Hello, barn cat. Okay. You know what? Screw it. God, neither look good. But I feel like people are gonna look at this and at least see, you know, the onions and cheese. Unknown location. Good. Keep that shit hidden. We don't need this replicating in the wild. Oh my God. Oh, that was rough. High stream animal, yes. High stream animal. Okay, we got a cheeseburger with pulled pork and fried chicken. Oh my God. And cheesy chips with, ooh. Ooh. Oh, both actually look pretty interesting. Okay, so let's break this down. We got the meat palooza that's over here. You are absolutely going to fall straight asleep after eating this. So it looks like it has either fried onions or mushrooms or, no, that's a pulled pork. And cheese and fried chicken. But that fried chicken don't look that good. But then again, this cheesy garlic naan and fries situation is making me real sad. Like, that is the palest naan I've ever seen in my life. And I've been around some really good naan. I've seen some really good naan. That is really pale. That is really pale. So I'm gonna go with the calorie bomb that is this meat palooza. Oh, thank God. Thought that the other one was... What am I looking at? Australia? Australia? You have some answers. Or you have some things you need answering for. Because what the actual shit is this? What is this? Hello? What is this? What is this? What am I looking at? Australia? A stadium dog? What did you do? It looks like you peeled the poor thing before you boiled it. What are we doing, Australia? Yes, I'm taking the Thanksgiving dinner at any given day. But what is this? Oh my good lord. Ugh, I'm picking this, but 19 said this was... Oh, Jesus Lord. I don't know what to say other than the fuck. What the hell? Okay, no, I want to do one more. Okay. A doner kebab and chili sauce. Ooh, okay. Okay. For once, we're starting off really strong. Both of these, don't pull out all your straw. Oh God, I was close. I was real close. But we're starting off stronger. We're starting off much stronger. This doner kebab and chili sauce pie. That actually sounds really good. I'm assuming they mean chili in the sense of like it has chili peppers in it, which in that case sounds really good. And it looks like it has a flaky crust, nice hot water crust. And then we have a curried pie, which I'm assuming is the same thing, but just with a curry. And it also has this lovely little shallot salad. Now this actually looks like it could be really good. I'm hoping the love for curry. Okay, which one would I order is the big thing. Is curry over in England good? Because I have a high standard for curry. Yeah, I have a really high standard for curry. I grew up in an area that, you know, had a lot of curry places, a lot of Indian population, a lot of Pakistani population. So I have a really high standard for curry. British did take over India. Yeah, but they're not good at using the spices is the thing. They're not that good at using the spices. So it's a give or take. But they also are British. Yeah, the British debuff. Sorry to anybody British listening. I'm sorry, but some of the food has been questionable from what I've seen so far. Okay. My gut is telling me that the curried pie is the least popular one. But it is also the one I would pick. So I don't know which to go with now. Screw it. I'll just go with the curried pie. Oh, wow. That's closer than I thought it would be. Okay. Why? I've been noticing this other trend. Why on earth do they have the absolute worst photos for these things? These are some of the worst photos I've seen for food photography, and I've seen some pretty bad food photography. But all right, we got from England. We have cheeseburger. Oh, they actually have some of the ingredients listed here. You know, wheat flour with all of its, you know, it's an enriched wheat flour, Okay, so it's an enriched dough altogether because it has egg and milk. Natural cheese flavor. So whatever cheese that is, it's probably like American or something like that. Yeah, that's true. They aren't keen on PR. But the pie, double mash, and liquor. That is Coca-Cola, not liquor. Oh, both don't look great. Both don't look great. But I feel like the hamburger is the safer option. But that may just be the yeehaw in me. Bread is pumpernickel. It looks like some kind of pumpernickel or kind of like pretzel bread. Which if it is at least pretzel-ish, then it could be good. I'm trying to see if there's rye flour, but I don't think I see rye flour in there. Or at least the label is too blurry for me to tell if it is rye flour or not. Yeah, for fellow Burgerlander. Yeah, you can't you hear my accent? No. I have been told I have kind of a neutral accent at times when it comes to speaking. But my southern drawl does kind of like slip in here and there. I'm gonna go with the cheeseburger. Okay. They're not great either way, but oof. What is with the UK and this beans? I've never had these beans, but I don't ever plan to because they don't look good. Burnt sausage. Yeah, that sausage, she got a little toasty. She got a little toasty and nobody's happy about it. I don't even know what's underneath the beans, but it's making me sad. Same with this bread. I'm going with the burger on principle alone. Thank God. Okay, upgrade. We have butter chicken, objectively delicious. And then the monster mash incarnate. I think the decision is very easy. I think the decision is very, very easy. Thank God. Oh no, 2 burgers next to each other. Oh God, I was worried about this. That is a perfect circle of sauce that is perfectly absorbed into the uber dry bread. And I can tell it's uber dry bread because it's not the ketchup that's been smushed on there. That is like, it's like a mayo that's been like squirted on there and then perfectly centered. Made a stream. Hey, welcome in. We're taking a little bit of a break from art to pull my hay out over over some questionable food that we're looking at on Scrandle. And I'm losing my mind. I'm losing my mind here. But welcome in, welcome in. All right. So far I've been 4 for 4, which is pretty great. We got the Boro burger. The Boro burger. I don't know how I'm supposed to pronounce that. Is it burro like a burro, or is it Boro? I don't know. Double patty. Not melted cheese. Bacon is questionably cooked. It's a simple bacon cheeseburger, but does the pint have more weight in this equation than the double patty? Now that is the question. That's the real question. I don't know. This is tricky. Because at first I was just choosing what looked better and what like I would choose more. The way you say it depends on how drunk you are at the stadium. Yeah, that's a good point. And as you know, somebody who doesn't drink, this is like one of those things of I don't know how much weight a beer has in this equation of whether like does the amount of beer you have mean you'll overlook worse food, if that makes sense. Like what's the ratio of good beer to bad food that you're willing to tolerate? And is it depending on like how good the beer is that you'll ignore bad food? I'm willing to bet though that people are going to choose this purely because it has bacon. I feel like that's a fair judgment. 74. Okay. I was right. Ooh, pernil! Oh my gosh, I love pernil! Oh my god. Okay, I don't care whatever this is. Pernil wins. Yes. Okay. Faith in humanity restored. Hot take, bacon is overrated. I think I might agree with you a little bit there. I think there's a lot of things that get bacon put on them that don't need bacon and don't benefit from bacon. And also people don't often cook bacon very well, in my opinion, or they either overcook it or undercook it, and then or they just cook it in a really, really greasy way. And for the amount of grease that bacon has, I don't think it's worth it. I would much rather have like I don't know, like salami or some other kind of cured meat on there. Bacon, it's hit or miss for me. Now that I'm planning Muslim friends, yeah, that too. Ever since I started like eating a little less meat and started eating a little bit more vegetarian stuff, not for any particular reason. It was just meat was getting way too expensive at one point for me. So I started eating a lot more veggies. And I learned I missed meat a lot less than I thought I would. Especially since I discovered how good like stuff like tempeh is and other like tofu and other like, you know, alternatives. Not that I'm using those alternatives like meat, but I am flavoring them in ways that I can't do with meat. And let me tell you, that has been like life-changing, honestly. That being said, that smash burger looks good because what the fuck? Like, politely, what the ever-living fuck did you do to that dog? That looks personal. That looks like that that sausage roll. That sausage roll. You had something against that one. Impolitely, what the fuck? Exactly. How do you burn it that bad? How? Like, that is that's beyond charcoal. That's the hockey puck at which the stadium is you're using. Like, what the hell? Now, I'm gonna go with the smash burger, but what? I need to know the story of that one. Oh, it's the curried pie again. Okay, then we got this Lord's Burger, which is beef, bacon, cheese, onion, hash browns at $6. Okay. Is the roll burnt or the sausage? Yes. With how blackened that roll is, both are burned. Both are burned at this point. All right. We have this curried pie again, which won us the last time, but is it more than people's love of the four food groups of beef, cheese, onions, and potatoes? Will that win over is the question. Now personally, I would go with this curried pie again because again, you get the nice little refreshing like shallot salad with like looks like some peppers and some cilantro or mint or whatever have you in there. And that looks good. I would order this. But my heart of heart tells me that it's the burger, which would make me sad because first of all, those onion rings look really, really sad. If those are onion rings. And I think they are. But those onion rings look really sad. Like, if you're gonna give me an onion ring, give me, like, the kind that's, like, really craggly and it's got, like, a really thick crust on it. Like, I want to be able to, like, if I bite into an onion ring, I want it to, like, crumble away like panko. You know, I like that coating on onion rings. I don't think about it. I don't think I've had an onion ring in a really long time. Oh, man, I don't know. Let's go with the curried pie? No! I should have gone with my gut. England! Why? Why are you doing this to food? What did food do to you? Every time I hear Elden Ring, every time I hear Onion Ring. They do sound similar. If I can't take a bite out of a sandwich without unhinging my jaw, it's a bad burger. Agreed. I think as much as I like being able to eat things like not messily, because you know, getting stains out of my gloves and my clothes is a pain in the butt. I do love me a good messy sandwich from time to time. But England, this is the saddest burger I think I've seen yet. I've seen school lunches in America that look more appetizing, and that's not a very high bar. That's not a very high bar. You're actively selling this for €6, and you're proud of that? What are you doing? This is an affront to nature. This is beyond food. This is beyond food. This is an affront to all the senses. A swamp from the Swamp of Sorrow. No, this got kicked out of the Swamp of Sorrow for being too sad. Yes, I'm choosing the cheeseburger loaded fries from Wales because they know how to cook. What is this? England! Actually, those look really good. Those look really, really good. 13 chose this? 13% chose that sad burger over the loaded fries? Huh? I'm sorry, my brain just reset. Like, I know that's a small percentage, so 13% of 100. But that still means 13% of people were like, no, those fries look terrible. I'm choosing that burger. Oh my god. Sausage, chips, and gravy in a bowl. Thank you for clarifying that it's in a bowl. Versus Bagicha Punjab United Special, which is chicken curry, mixed rice, and meat samosas. Now we're talking! Now we're talking! Now we're talking! The samosa makes a comeback, which I hopefully people are gonna make the smart decision. If it was midnight and that burger was left over, it was slapped. The problem is that the slices of cheese were so comically big in comparison to the actual patty of meat that it just feels like, at that point, just make yourself a cheese sandwich. Punjabi food looks microwaved, though. It does. It does. But it still probably has more flavor than the sausage, chips, and gravy. And, you know, even microwave or, you know, oven samosas, like, are still good. They're still good. They're not, you know, the best. They're not, you know, great by any stretch of the means, but they're still good. It's like pizza. I think even a halfway decent samosa is still a good samosa. Oh, hold on. My music just stopped. Give me 1 second. Let me close my tab real quick, just in case. Oh, by the way, for anybody curious stopping in, I have been drawing one of my sandwiches that I had for my trip. So here is my sandwich that I had upon me. This is kind of what led us to doing Scrandle, and this is what we got so far. It's not looking great, but we're getting there. We're getting there. Let me pull up more music. Please. Sorry, give me 1 minute. 1 minute. Okay. Hopefully this will play. There we go. Okay. There we go. There we go. Could use some rendering, but it is indeed a sandwich. Yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there. Oh, man. But looking at food now, I'm really hungry. Oh, no. This is my problem. Every time I look at food, I end up getting hungry. All right. Let's finish up the Scrandle real quick, and then I'll get back to drawing. Oh, this was a fun little break. I want to believe in people's love of curry more than their contempt with sausage and gravy. And I was right! Hey, 9 out of 10. Not bad. Not bad. Alrighty. Let me go ahead and get rid of that tab here. Alright. There we go. Whew. Let's see. What else do I... Oh, I have to do the chicken now. Let's pull up the reference photo for the chicken. I know it looks like beef, but I promise you it was chicken. It was just, for some reason, that they even said it, when they brought it to the table, they were like, "Oh yeah, apologies, but this is chicken. We just use a little food dye." And I'm like, "Why do you need to use food dye? It's chicken. It's not meant to be brightly colored." But I don't know. I guess people complained in the past about it being like, I don't know, bland looking. But I don't get people sometimes, like, some people like complain about the silliest things when it comes to food, I swear. And then I wanted to show a picture of this, but I realized it might dox the location. But they did have a promotional thing going on at this this Vietnamese place, where they they had a promotion going on for a I'll say a I'll say a popular blind box or blind bag toy. They had a promotion going on for one of those, and I had to explain to somebody at my table what they were, and we all agreed that they were really ugly. But right as I was finishing up explaining it, somebody walks by with one of these like little blind box toys attached to their backpack, and I was like, "Oh God, I hope they didn't hear me." Scrunkly ugly, in my opinion, no. They're just ugly. Like, there's a very fine line when you're doing those kinds of ugly, cute toys. And I don't think a lot of companies have the formula down. I don't think they got it. So that... I also think that we're getting too many ugly, cute things that are losing sight of what actually, like, what it was actually supposed to be like. So, Alright. Let's get that out of here. This is gonna look a little bit better in a second. So just give me a moment. Alright, let's do... But yeah. Overall, though, the trip was for as much as it was like a trip to do stuff, it was a very like, it was nice to get away from things for a little bit. I really appreciated the taking time to just, you know, disconnect to some degree. So. This is looking horrific. This looks horrific. I don't know if this looks like chicken so much, but I'm trying my best here. Let's see if blending might help. Let's try blending a little bit. Oh, clip. I forgot to clip the layer. Yeah. Chasing the Labubu trend. Yeah, I'll be real. I don't think I ever really liked Labubus, and then when it became like, when it just became people trying to, you know, follow a trend, I liked it a lot less. I am very anti-trend in the sense of like, how would I put this? If I can sense people are doing it because of a trend, I don't really enjoy the thing. Which is why, like, even if a game is quote-unquote popular, there's sometimes where I'll, like, I would just rather watch somebody play it versus play it myself, even if it's, like, even if people are, like, exclaiming up, like, oh, no, it's actually a really, really good game. It's really, really fun. It has to be a game that I'm actually, like, interested in playing versus, you know, just playing it to, like, follow a trend, I guess. I hope that makes sense, but I've been burned way too many times by trends and, like, trying to chase them that it just became something I don't bother with anymore. Is the liquefy tool gonna be what I need? Maybe, kinda. No, not what I need. Let's see. Golden days of Neopets and Webkins. Oh my gosh, that takes me back. I think I had some Webkins. I think I had like one or two. But I didn't like collect the Webkins because also they were expensive. That's something I should probably also mention. I am very much a penny pincher where I have to be. I actually get kind of anxious spending money for a lot of different reasons, but I don't enjoy spending money if I don't have to, which feels like a silly sentiment to have, but tis what it is. Like, I know some people, like, for them, sometimes shopping is therapeutic, or, like, they enjoy, like, feeling connected whenever they shop, with others, but for me, it's just, buying things is always such a hassle for me. Now, if it's something I absolutely need to get, then, of course, I'm gonna just bite the bullet, but if I don't have to, I won't. Case in point, I have my current chair, is damn near falling apart, and I still have not gotten rid of it because I don't, because to me it still works, even though even though it's shedding its plastic like crazy, or the whatever pleather bullshit they put on it. It's shedding like crazy. Cat keeps clawing at it. The cushion on the left side where I rest my arm a lot is like dented inward because of how much I was leaning on it. But it still works. It still works. It still works. So, you know, there's that. All right. Let me go ahead. Move the chicken. Actually, ooh, wrong thing. Let me move these under the carrots. See how that looks. Yeah, I think I do have to move it under the carrots, anyways. Okay, I'm making this too straight. Okay, hold on. But I do think it's in the right direction. So, hold on. Add some like that. I call it when it falls apart. Everything else is normal chair stuff. That's true. Yeah, it's not falling apart. Oh, let me scoot over. It's not falling apart so much that like I can't sit in it. So, just hope when it falls. Yeah, that's true. That has been something that some friends of mine have been like saying. It's like, hey, Flax, you do know that, you know, if that chair starts creaking and you're still sitting on it, you should probably move. I'm like, but it creaks already. It's fine though. It's holding up. And they're like, no, Flax, you're gonna fall straight on your ass, and then you're gonna get hurt. And I'm like, but what if I didn't? What if I didn't get hurt? If you're sitting on it like L from Death Note, then it's a. Hold on, I have to adjust myself in my chair. I'm totally not sitting on it like that. No, not at all. It's like these where we bully the streamer with bits. Aha! And that's where I have you in a checkmate because I am not affiliated, so you cannot throw bits at me. Haha! It's all my ploy. It's all part of the plan. Okay. Let's see. Okay, I think that's a better texture. And then I have to... I thought I had a pen in here somewhere that's supposed to mimic wood grain. Do I have it set up? I have a bunch from Lace. Let me check something real quick while I see if I have that. Oh, curses, foiled again. Have to eat these dollar bills now. They're so heavy. Oh no, my lobster's too buttery. My pillows are too soft, or however that goes. Oh, here we go. Here we go. That's what I needed. I found a really cool little brush that's supposed to mimic wood grain. So hopefully that'll get me the look I'm trying to go for. But oh, this is a funky one to use. Ooh, hold on. I have to do some adjusting here. Post correction, what is this? Stabilization. I don't like that it spins around. So I may have downloaded a tool that I do not like. And that happens. So let's just delete tool. Let's see what rough pen gets me. Not quite. I'm trying to go for the maybe pencil might be the way to go. Oh yeah, pencil was the way to go. Trying to go for this like marbled look. But it may be more effort than it's worth. Fight inflation by eating your money. Yeah, that'll work. How are you getting your fiber, little Tibby? Oh, I'm eating my money. Like this. This Abraham Lincoln build sure tastes great with some gravy. All right. Let's get a little shading on here first. And then, oh, maybe the flat brush will work. Oh, maybe the gouache. Gouache. I keep calling it gouache. I don't know if it's gouache or not, but I'm just gonna call it that. And then use the blend. Yeah, I think something like that works fine. Okay. It's coming together, I think. I think it's coming together. Mom, these coins hurt my teeth. Just chew them up better, honey. We got those gold fillings for a reason. Alright. Let's try to do some, like, fiber lines. I will say, I do think, though, that in the future I might look into at least getting something to stabilize my monitor a bit more, because as I'm doing a bunch of these lines over and over again, it is shaking my monitor. It's shaking my monitor a bit, so I'm like, that is something to consider. All right, I think that's as good as I'm gonna be able to get it. Hold on, how we looking? Oh no, it's more. What if, oop, wrong thing. What if we change the layer color instead? So it's a little bit more vibrant. Would that make much of a difference? No, it wouldn't. No. Oh, filter. Filter could work. Let's see. Higher contrast, more into that category, up the saturation. I think that's closer. Yeah, I think that's gonna be better. Then blend it a little bit more. Beep, 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 beep. Hold on. My knee stretch. Oh, hi, Barn Cat. I didn't see you there. I turned my head to the side and Barn Cat's on the back of my chair. Speaking of. Oh my gosh. Hey, little goober. What do you want? Oh, wrong thing. How do I add the texture that I want with this? Okay, that actually works out a little bit more than I thought it would. No, maybe I'll go over with like other lines. Nope, too dark. What color is this? I might just be like worrying about little pixels at this point, but I can't help it. It looks more and more like beef the more I mess with it. Oh well. At least I know it was chicken. At least I know it was chicken. I really did want to try the tripe though. I've never had it, but I've heard good things about tripe. Let's see. I'm trying to think of what I have had before in terms of like sweetbreads and other kinds of like meats like that. And I think it's just tongue so far. I think I've just had tongue so far. Which was good. That was actually really good. Hi Barncat, what? Did you guys hear that? Did you hear him scream? Hold on. Hey, do it again. Do it again. Hey, Nudge. Do it again. Okay. But, maybe I'll put a little shine on this. Hello. Ooh. Not what I need. Ah, yes, that's what I needed. A little bit of something, something. There we go. That's what I needed. Alrighty. There we go. Chicken done. Whoop. Ooh. Oh, what? Hold on, hold on. What else was here? Oh, did I accidentally add some other stuff to them? Oh, well. I'm gonna have to clean up the bread now. Or something. Oh. There we go. Let's add a little bit of a... subtract. I need a... multiply layer. There we go. Just to add a little bit of shadows. So now that we added most of the ingredients in the sandwich, I think I just needed one more for the I need to add the cucumber, but that's literally like one last little thing. But now I can actually add some of this other stuff. And we add the blender. Oh, I might have to do something a little bit more up there. Oh. Okay. Hope everybody's been having a chill time. I know I'm not like super high energy right now for the stream, but like after the whole week of traveling and preparing for this trip, I'm ready for honestly nothing to happen in general. Does being a scarecrow give you a bigger appreciation for the work that goes into food? You know, I hadn't thought about it, but maybe that is why. Cause you know, being a scarecrow, you do see food, you know, from the seeds to the grain to when it gets harvested. So, I guess that's a good point. I hadn't even thought about it like that. I mean, I've always appreciated food in general, but I think more so now, since, you know, since moving to my current shed and, you know, in general, becoming more independent on stuff. Ready to dig a hole, be a carrot? Yeah, that sounds really good right now. Oh, man. Did I say I was hungry? I think I meant it when I said I was hungry, but just in case, I'm hungry. But I'm getting close to done, so. Let's try. Oh, why is that not picking up that? There we go. Oh, that's right. Still on multiply. Let's see. Okay, that fixed some of the issues. So let's try. Oh, it's still on multiply. I did that again. Oh, wrong thing. There we go. Okay. Fixed it up a little bit. Not what I needed. Oh, why is it so much darker? Lighten up. Oh, wait, what layer is that? There we go. It's whitewash. Okay, that's what that was. Wee. Do you be like that since scarecrows are very agriculture themed? Yeah, true. I mean, I think it's normal to care about the food you eat, right? I don't necessarily think it's always going to be like a scarecrow thing, but I do think, you know, there might be some truth to it. But I do think in general, it's good to always appreciate where your food comes from, the effort that goes into it, even if it's simple as, like, you know, as silly as it sounds, mac and cheese, or, you know, just like what you consider simple. Like, there was a lot of work going into it to begin with, so I think it's always good to, you know, take a step back and, you know, really appreciate how much effort went to growing the thing you're eating, or even to cook the thing you're eating, because cooking's another story too. Like, there's a lot that goes into cooking that a lot of people, I think, take for granted. Okay. Some people are oblivious to how things are made. That's true. That's true. Which is, it is why, like, I like shows like How It's Made, or not. I haven't seen it in a while, but I do like it when time and effort is taken to educate people about the food that they're eating. Hold on, let me use liquefy on here real quick to stretch out the carrot. Oh, hold on, let me just do it in one go. There we go. Okay. Let me fix this real quick. There we go. And okay. No, it said clip. do normal. Let's try to lighten this one up a little bit because it's pretty forward. Oh, wrong blend. It always trips me up that there's like this gouache blend in the thick paint category, but not in the actual blending category. I don't know. Weird. Okay. Wah. Sorry, I'm stretching again. Again, that bread literally is gonna be tough. Yeah. Let me think. Okay. Okay, yeah. Let me do the cucumber before I forget. Yes, I hear you, Barn Cat. Okay. Luckily, it's pretty straightforward. It's just a big bold block of green. I know this looks like really, really bright green, but trust me on the process. I sort of know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing at all. Help. There was also jalapenos in the sandwich, but I don't think it's visible from the actual, like, reference. But those jalapenos, ooh. Like, I like spicy food, and those were potent. They were, like, super, super potent. I think my very first bite, I ate so much jalapeno in that first bite that I was, like, crying at the table. Making banh mi? Yeah, it's a banh mi! Hi, welcome, Station! Welcome! Just been yapping while I draw food, or try to draw food. It's going okay so far. But yeah. There we go. Shuffle that around. Alright. Let me move the cilantro so I can better see what I'm doing. Okay. I'm realizing I don't draw food that much. Which I gotta change. I gotta rectify that, because I do like food. And I like drawing food, especially. Looking good so far. Makes me want to... Yeah. Oh, man. I could go for a banh mi right now. Oh, yeah. That's the other thing. I've been just making myself steadily more hungry as I go further into this drawing. Oopsies. Whoops. And of course, Barn Cat is making himself known. So that might be another stopping point for me to make sure I feed him. Because he gets very testy when he gets angry and hungry. So. Wow, that actually turned out really good, I think. Yeah. For the most part, that's it. Let me get a little bit more white in here. Because I think that's what I notice most about cucumbers, is that they're a little bit paler on the inside than I always remember. So. Okay. And then let's get a little shine around the rim here. My son is also in testy cat mood because he wants treats. I feel your pain. Yeah, the thing is, like, he gets fed very, very regularly. Despite how much he cries, he gets fed so much. But the problem is that he eats too fast. And when he eats too fast, his tummy gets really upset. And when he does that, he pukes, like, a lot. So I have to be, like, really, really, like, judicious when I feed him, and like how much and how fast he eats. So it's more of it's a pretty big effort to try to, you know, get him fed. So I think I'll save it to after I'm finished here, because I think I'm almost done. I might try to do the paper at another day, but I think I'm getting to the point where I'm almost ready to call myself done with this. Oh, let's get that about the chicken. Okay. Let's use the liquefy tool. Bring it down a little bit. There we go. Yes, I hear you. Yes. Yeah, get myself something to eat. True. No, let's do a little. Oh, I actually think that texture might work for this. If it's not so gray. Yeah, that works. I think. Okay. That's the cucumber done. That is the texture on the side there, which I'm still fiddling with. Nope, wrong. What color is this? Let me do that. Alrighty. And now the cilantro. Hold on, let's move some stuff around. Oop, wrong tool. Cilantro. Oop. Yeah. This sandwich was truly packed with cilantro too, which I love. I'm blessed not to have the cilantro gene, but my gosh, there was a lot of cilantro on this. And 80 degrees in March. Ooh, oh dear Lord. I'm not looking forward to the summer. I'm really not. Yes, I hear you, Barn Cat. I hear you. You're not dying. I promise. I promise. Glove to my heart, you're not dying. Is that too green? Is that too green for cilantro? It might be too green. Hold on. Let's go for a little bit more of an earthy green. And a little darker, There we go. That feels more like it. Oh shoot, sorry. I just realized my little chat thing stopped loading for a second. We're having nice balmy 78. Oh gosh. Oh no, not pollen. Being made of burlap means pollen sticks to me a lot. And it didn't used to bother me, but with how much pollen has risen in the past couple of years, even I get a little sniffly. Even I get a little sniffly. So, ugh. Believe me when I say I get it. I get it. Oh, that's not the one. Wee. Yeah, I can't stand pollen. It's just a nightmare. And I know it's gonna start hitting me soon. Grrr. Let's do another layer. No, that's not what I want to do. Let me look at this reference later. See how it's all right. So we gotta line the sleeves. Okay. Kind of have to decide whether or not I want to do like. Oh, whoa, that's blending. Let's do very light opacity. I don't like that. I don't like that. But I do want to make like this sort of like texture. Actually, let me lighten that one a little bit. And then where's my blending tool? Maybe if yeah, bring some of the color back there. I can't tell if this is looking more or less like cilantro the more I do it. At some point, it's got to start looking at it like, right? It's gotta. Hopefully. We'll see. Where's my painting blending brushy? Painterly blend. There we go. Okay, yeah, that's the tool I needed. I feel like I've been staring at the sandwich for so long that it stops becoming a sandwich in my mind. You ever, it's like when somebody says a word so much that like the word loses its meaning. That's like this, but for the sandwich. Let me go ahead and just wrap up. All right, then I think we're starting to get somewhere. Looks very cilantro-like. Okay, at least there's that. At least there's that. Again, I feel like I'm staring at this so much that I'm like, I can't tell if it actually is doing anything anymore. All right. Maybe if I had just a little bit more of a shine somewhere. Like, oh, wrong color. Oh no, did my playlist run out again? I gotta get a longer playlist. Hold on a second. Do I still have this one? Oop. Nope, wrong one. Where are all my... I had to get rid of a lot of my old playlists because I found out that the sources were not as trustworthy as I thought. So let me quickly pull up copyright free playlist. Oh, hold on a sec. Oh, yeah. All right, I think. No, that one isn't it. Sorry. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. It's so annoying I have to sift through, like, because there's copyright-free stuff, but sometimes it includes AI shit. And then sometimes when I specify no AI, I get copyrightable stuff. So, Hello, cat. Hello, I see you. Let's see. Okay, I think I found one. Okay. All right, I think that'll work. I gotta change the playlist info. And this is from the relaxed. Oh, it's all one word. Relaxed movement on YouTube. Yeah. There we go. And I know I could pull up DOVA-SYNDROME and do stuff that way, but I feel like it's a little easier to get the vibes when it's all just in one playlist, and I can't read Japanese well enough to know what songs are what. Just use video game OSTs. I would, but since I also upload these VODs to YouTube afterwards, I don't want to get bonked by YouTube. So that's my big worry. I know it's like, you know, such a small channel, I shouldn't have to worry about it, but it's still one of those things I do worry about just in case. You know, just it's always, I think, a good practice to be conscious of those things anyways. Maybe if I did a glow, I could do something. Oh, wrong layer. Wrong layer! Okay, okay, charcoal, you're doing something. Let's see how well chalk does. Okay, I think that's what I gotta do. It's almost like I have to like carve out the color from what I'm trying to do. What's really annoying is that... Oh, wait, what? Oh, where is that? That's an odd thing. Okay. Maybe that's why it's been looking so weird over here. I gotta actually darken this space up a bit more. Ooh, or wait, liquefy. Liquefy, my friend. Maybe it's more of a matter of like erasing spacing some parts in. Oh, wait, no. Is that anything? Maybe I just... Oh, wrong thing. Okay, I think that is the texture I want for sure. Now I just gotta... Okay. I think that's pretty dang close to what I'm gonna do. Now to put some shadow underneath. Nope, not what I wanted. Nope. Maybe I'll change the layer color to something else. Okay. Oh, wrong. Wrong. Did not mean to do that. Nope. I wish I could just combine these two. Nah, I don't know how to do that, so I'm not gonna try. Oh yeah, I forgot to do some like little... No, that looks weird. Never mind. Alrighty. I think I'm willing to call this done for the time being. That doesn't look that bad. I would vote for this banh mi on script. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, I think considering my reference point. Okay, it's not a 1-to-1. It's not 1-to-1. But, you know, first time fully rendering food like this, I'd say this is pretty dang good. Yeah. Yeah, I think this is gonna be a good point to stop. I just got through one picture. I feel silly, but yeah. Thanks for letting me yap today, by the way. I really needed something like this. This was a lot of fun. Oh, hold on. Before I forget, let me... And now there's a little fly buzzing around here. Let me sign my bread here real quick. Wait. There we go. Yeah, let's just keep it there. Alrighty. Yay! Yippee! All right. I think that's where we're gonna call it for today. Let me switch over to the winding down really quick. And boop! There we go. This was so much fun. It was nice getting a chance to relax like this. I mentioned this at the start of the stream, but for folks who weren't here, even though I just got back, I likely will be taking a small break coming up in about 2 months in May. Oh no, in 1 month. May. Yeah, May. I'm gonna be taking a small break. I got some stuff I need to take care of in the background, but hopefully after May I will have more time and more ability to stream, hopefully at a better time as well. So yeah, this was a lot of fun. All right, let me see if I see anybody I know streaming. Do I see anybody I know? Create a dashboard. I can never remember how to actually raid to other people, so give me 1 minute as I look. Let's see. Oh, there we go. There's the right browser. Do I know anybody streaming? No, I don't know anybody streaming right now, but a month's notice before a hiatus, they spoil us. No, if I have the ability to let folks know, that I will. But it doesn't look like I know anybody streaming, and I'd feel kind of awkward just, going to somebody that, I don't talk to in general. But anyway, hope everybody has a great day. I'll try to get the VOD of this posted as soon as I can. And yeah, as for question, I guess favorite sandwich. Feels like an apt topic, but yeah, favorite sandwich. So once this goes up on YouTube, feel free to comment in the comment section there. All right, bye-bye. Treat yourself today. Bye-bye.